I'll have some content for you to consume in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
So that was a f***ing lie.
Okay, so maybe that was a bit longer than 2 weeks. To be honest, quarter-life crisis is hitting pretty hard, and I've completely lost all sense of time. Oopsie.
Welcome back, me, and welcome everyone else. I know I've been away for a while and a lot longer than I intended to, but I'm kind of back for now, so let's pick up where we left off. Today on Let's Learn DC20, we'll be looking at Armour. If you're new here and haven't seen any of the other videos on DC20, you can find my playlist here. Armour in DC20 is one of the ways you can boost your physical defense. Like many systems in DC20, it's quite customizable. By using a different combination of traits, armor quality, types, and modifications, you can really make your armor your own. Before we look any deeper, I wanted to share the physical defense formula, as I believe it's changed since I've been away. To work out your physical defense, it's 8 plus your combat mastery, plus agility, and the armor bonus. Before I think you could add prime or your strength as well, but now it's just agility as your only stat that you add. Looking at armor quality, this is the simplest of the armor traits. There are 3 levels of armor quality: Novice, Adept, and Expert, which provide a +1, +2, and +3 bonus to your PD, respectively. These quality levels are meant to represent the skill of the craftsmanship that went into making the armor. You could potentially take your novice armor to a skilled craftsman and ask them to upgrade it to the next level in your own games.
One-handed longsword, right?
You got it.
Begin! Get up to rock, get up to burn, stand with the fight and burn for your desire.
Next is armor types. There are light armor and heavy armor types. And if you're not wearing any armor, you would be considered unarmored. Light armor can be worn by nearly all creatures, as all creatures have a mastery in it, unless stated otherwise. Heavy armor, creatures don't automatically gain mastery for them, but they must gain it through a class feature or a talent. And if you try and wear heavy armor without having a mastery, then you don't add your combat mastery to your PD, and your maximum AP is reduced by 2. This type of armor also has a might requirement of 1, but also comes with some other properties. You'll gain 1 physical damage reduction, but you also have disadvantage on agility checks. There are more benefits to heavy armor compared to light armor, but there's also more trade-offs to consider. Here is the armor table so you can get a sense of how they compare. Now we'll get into the meat of the system. Armour Modifications. This is a way to further customize your gear. The modifications you can make are Reinforced, which can be applied to both light armor and heavy armor. This increases your physical defense by 1, but changes the amount of max agility that you can add to your PD to 2. Ideal for someone with a low agility score. Next is Sturdy. This only applies to light armor, and Sturdy increases your physical defense again by 1, but gives you a disadvantage on agility checks. This modification can be combined with Reinforced, and you can end up with something similar to medium armor with D&D. Last, we have Dense, which only applies to heavy armor. Increase your physical damage reduction by 1, but your movement speed is reduced by 1. You can also combine this with Reinforced for some seriously defensive armor. This modification system has so much potential for being expanded, either officially or through homebrew. I can think of a few examples right now. A stealthy modification could give you a boost to stealth checks at the cost of some speed or defense. A dazzling modification could give you a boost to your influence checks, but a decrease to your intimidation. A menacing modification could be the inverse. I want to know what kind of modifications you can come up with, so let me know in the comments down below. And also, like and subscribe while you're at it. Now we're going to take a look at shields. Just like armor, shields come in a light version and a heavy version. You will gain mastery through shields through class features or talents, and if you don't have mastery, you'll have disadvantage on all attack and spell checks while wielding that shield. Here is a table to show you the different types of shields and their bonuses to PD, and their properties, might requirements, and if they have any effect on your agility checks. Let's take a closer look at the shield properties. There's Thrown, which lets you make a ranged attack with your shield at a normal range of up to 3 spaces, and at a long range of up to 5 spaces. What that means is up to 3 spaces, you would make a normal attack roll, but between 3 and 5 spaces, you would add a level of disadvantage to your attack check. And beyond 5 spaces, well, you just can't make the attack. Then there's Mounted. The physical defense of your shield is granted to your mount as well, while you're riding it, of course. You can also just make attacks with your shield that deal 1 bludgeoning damage if you wanted to go full Captain America. And that's it for today's video. This was a bit of a short one, I know. And I know I've been gone for a while. I went through a breakup from a long-term relationship a few months ago, and it's led to a lot of burnout on things that I used to enjoy a lot, like gaming. And I've been finding it really hard to stay on my computer for long periods of time. And just keeping up with DC20 has been tough. There's just so many updates and Discord messages to try and keep up with. I've been wanting to come back and make videos for a while, but I always feel like I'm just trying to drag myself to do it now. And even now, it's taken me ages to get around to doing this. But it's not all bad news. I've been burnt out on a lot of things that I used to enjoy, but I've been enjoying doing other things. I've been going to the gym pretty regularly. Well, except for the last week or two, but we're getting good gains. I've been getting more motivated at work, and I've been going out a lot, whether that's just to explore the city or go out for nights out with friends. And as for the future of the channel, I still want to make videos, but I feel like for a while I'm just going to be kind of making them in my own time. I know working hard and being really consistent with this channel will help it grow, and could lead to making this a source of income a lot sooner, but I just don't have the mental energy to juggle that much stuff right now. And all the growth this channel's been doing along the way has been crazy, and is kind of stressing me out. But thank you everyone who's joined recently. I've been contemplating the idea of adding different kinds of content to the channel, but I don't know what that would be. Just, I guess, whatever I'm interested or feel less burnt out on at the minute. But yeah, life dump out of the way. Thank you everyone for being patient, and welcome to everyone who's joined during my hiatus. And as always, consume more content. Consume. 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 Bye.